Hello, mathematicians. Welcome to math class with me, Miss Taylor. All right. Let's make sure we're ready for math class. I got my eraser. All right. So let's see. Do we have our fact practice packet? I've got mine right here. Do we have our textbook? Yep. Workbook? Yep. Paper or a whiteboard? Let's see. Where's my whiteboard? Here it is. It's a good thing I'm checking. Okay, here's my whiteboard and pencil. Pencil here and my whiteboard marker. All right, so we are ready to go. And you might also need your place value chart. Today we're not going to use our place value chart, but we are going to talk a little bit about word problems. So it would also be a really good idea to have your word problem our little mini poster. Kind of looks like this. So I like to use this as sort of a little bookmark in my workbook. So you might want to think about doing that. I use this as my bookmark. So wherever our homework is, like today, we are going to work on page 41. And so I just kind of keep this right there in my workbook. And then I'm all ready for math the next time. So let's go ahead and get started. Today, we are going to work on page 3 in our fact practice packet. So we're on page 3, and on page 3, and I've been writing the date up at the top, and it looks like, let's see, today we are working on adding 9. And so when we add 9 to a number, we can think about it as a 10. So like for the example, this one, 3 plus 9, we can think about, I'm going to grab one of those. I'm going to grab 1 over here to make a 10. And we know that a 3 is made up of a 1 and a 2. So if I sneak over this, and I've got my 10 here, there's my 10, and then I know 10 and 2 makes 12. So our goal is to finish our fact practice packet in 1 or 2 minutes. Miss Taylor, I've been working on finishing mine in about 30 seconds. So I think what I'm going to do, I haven't done this for a while, I'm going to do one of these with you. So if you want to pause the video, you can get your fact practice packet. See if you can beat Miss Taylor. Ooh, that'd be fun. So I'm going to get my little timer ready so we can time ourselves. Put that here. There's our stopwatch. Alrighty, so we are going to work on adding 9. And when I see a 9, I'm thinking of a 10. So I'm thinking of grabbing one of these to make it a 10. And then I know that a 4 is made up of a 1 and a 3. So I'm thinking right away, oh, there's my 10 and then a 3. Okay, are we ready? Get set. Let's see if I can do it. And go. Oh my goodness. Took me 47, almost 48 seconds. Oh, well, that is okay. You know what? I think my brain is not yet warmed up. Well, this helped me to kind of get warmed up, but my brain is not quite yet in math mode. But this is kind of helping me to get into my math mode. I can tell I need to do a little bit more practicing with my 9s. Taylor, were you able to beat me? 48 seconds. If you haven't done it yet, maybe try it after this video and let me know, did you beat my time? I bet a lot of you will be able to beat my time, Miss Taylor. All right, I'll keep practicing my nines facts. And I think next time I'm going to be able to beat my record there. Alrighty, so, 48 seconds, Miss Taylor. Okay, so today we are going to practice some word problems in our textbooks. And let's see, we are looking at page 34. And today we're just going to do one problem in our textbooks, and we're in our textbook, and we're just going to go through all of the steps so we can really think about doing our work neatly and carefully and following all the steps of solving a word problem. So we are going to look at number 8 here, and I'm going to have my little helper sheet right here. How do I solve a word problem? I'll put that right there to help me. Okay, so we're taking a look at number 8, and we have been doing a lot of thinking about number bonds and about, have we been given the whole number? Have we been given 2 of the parts? If we've been given a whole number and 1 of the parts, we need to find the missing part. Or sometimes they give us 2 of the parts and we have to find the whole number, how many altogether. So let's keep thinking about that as we read this word problem. Are we going to add or subtract? And when we have the 2 parts, when they give us the 2 parts and we have to find the whole, we're going to add. When they give us the whole number and 1 of the parts, we have to subtract to find that missing part or the difference. All right. So Miss Taylor's lights always go out every video, don't they? Back my lights. There we go. That just kind of helps me to see better. Okay, so Mr. Lin sold 124 cartons of milk on Saturday. He sold 65 cartons of milk on Sunday. How many cartons of milk did he sell altogether? Alrighty. Okay, so we just did part of step 1. We read the problem, underline the question. Now this is in our textbook, so we're not going to underline the question. We can just use our finger to do that though. There's our question. How many cartons of milk did he sell altogether? Okay. Then we're going to write our answer sentence. I mentioned before, a lot of times the workbook helps us with this. And we can see here, thank you workbook. He sold blank cartons of milk altogether. So the workbook's already done that for us. Thank you, Mr. Workbook. Alrighty. Then we're going to leave a blank for the answer. That was already done for us. Identify the who and or the what. This is kind of like the subject. I know in writing class we've been talking about what every sentence has. Sentence, sentence, sentence is complete, complete, complete. When 5 simple rules, it meets, 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 has a subject, 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 and a verb, verb, verb. It makes sense, sense, sense with every word, word, word. Add a capital letter, letter, and an end mark, mark. Now our sentence has all its parts, right? Well, when we are doing our math, our steps to solve word problems, the who and or the what is like the subject. The subject is who or what the sentence is about. Who or what the problem is about. So let's go back to our math problem here. It's about Mr. Lin. So I'm going to use my whiteboard, and over to the side here, I'm going to write Mr. Lin's cartons of milk. And I'm going to use that apostrophe S to show that the cartons of milk belong to Mr. Lin. Mr. Lin's cartons of milk. Oops. Okay. So over to the side here, we have our who and our what. Mr. Lin's cartons of milk. Then we're going to do step 3, draw our unit bar. And our unit bar is just a fancy name for a rectangle. So, I have to zoom out for us a little bit. Last time I showed you how to make a unit bar and a number bond. So I think I'm going to do that again because this is something that's kind of new for us. So you could do a unit bar, or a number bond. Okay, so here's our unit bar. Then, let's see, what do we do next? We did our unit bar. Step 4, reread the problem. So we're going to reread it. Adjust and chunk your unit bar. So adjust means, do I have to make it bigger or smaller? And chunk it is kind of like to cut it into parts. Fill in the information, write a question mark for the unknown. So this is kind of the step where we're rereading the problem and thinking about, do I need to add or subtract? Have they given me 2 of the parts? I need to find the whole number. Have they given me the whole number and 1 of the parts? I need to find the missing part. So we're going to do some thinking here. So let's reread. Mr. Lin sold 124 cartons of milk on Saturday. Okay, so he sold some milk on Saturday. He sold 65 cartons of milk on Sunday. And second graders, as you're reading and as I'm reading, I'm kind of making a picture in my mind, and that's called visualizing. I'm kind of visualizing Mr. Lin, and he has some cartons of milk on Saturday. So I'm kind of seeing that word Saturday in my mind. Okay, that's Saturday. And then he sold some cartons of milk on Sunday. How many cartons of milk did he sell all together? And that's a clue for us. That word's kind of a key word. It says, how many cartons of milk did he sell all together? It's a pretty big clue that they've given us 2 of the parts, and we need to add to find the whole number. And you can see here, this is kind of a big clue for us right there too, and also right there. Okay, but we need to add because they're giving us the 2 parts. So let me show you what that would look like. Actually, let's start with the number bond. This is one we're more familiar with. He sold 124 cartons of milk on Saturday, and I'm actually going to label. I like to label my unit bars too. It kind of helps my mind make sense of the information. So 124 cartons of milk on Saturday and 65 cartons of milk on Sunday. So I'm going to do a little abbreviation here. And then what we're going to find is how many cartons of milk did he sell all together. So that is our whole number that we need to find. Now, if I wanted to make a unit bar, this rectangle, this is the whole number. So sometimes I make like a little bracket here, and then I put my question mark. Here's my question mark. This is what we're trying to find out, how much all together. And we know he sold some on Saturday and some on Sunday. Now, what you can do is you can just chunk your unit bar into 2 parts, and you can put, oh, I know he sold 124 cartons of milk on Saturday, 65 on Sunday. Yep. And then my question mark is, how much did he sell all together? Now, if you want to, something that I also do is I look at the numbers and I see that one of the numbers is much bigger than the other. So you don't have to do this, but what you might want to do is think about, well, this number 124 is quite a bit bigger than 65. So I'm actually going to, well, maybe I'll do this. I'm going to make one of the chunks, one of the parts, bigger than the other. Maybe like this big. 124, because this is a bigger number, and then this is kind of a smaller number. So you could do that if that helps you. That kind of helps my mind see, oh, this is a bigger number and this is a smaller number. So let's see what's next. We are going to work the computation. That's kind of a big word that means add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Well, we haven't really learned about multiplying and dividing yet, so that means we're going to have to add or subtract. Well, we know that we have the 2 parts, how many he sold on Saturday, how many cartons of milk, and then how many cartons of milk on Sunday. We're trying to find the whole number. And again, when we have a unit bar, the whole number is this whole thing. And then a number bond, our whole number is these 2 parts together. Okay, so we're going to work our computation. That just means add or subtract. So let me find some space here. 124 plus 65. And I'm going to try to line up my ones right on top of the other ones, and the tens right on top of the other tens. And then this one has 100s. This one does not have 100s. So you could put a 0 there if that helps you. You could also draw your lines to separate. That's a prudent idea. 4 ones plus 5 ones makes 9 ones. 2 tens plus 6 tens makes 8 tens. And 100 plus nothing is 100. So then we go back, we do number 6, we fill in our answer, and then we check to make sure it makes sense. So we go back, here's our question mark, cross it off, 189. And again, the reason we cross it off and we don't just erase it is because if we cross it off and then we write our answer and then we realize, wait a second, I don't think my answer makes sense, then we can see where our mistake was. Sometimes if we just erase it and put in the answer, and then we go back and we think, where was my mistake? Where did I do the computation? This kind of shows, oh, this is where I added when should I have subtracted? Or so it's kind of another way of just showing our thinking. And then it helps us to go back and make corrections if we need to. All right. So let's see. Now, if I wanted to put my answer up here, it would go up here. Oh, and if you're doing the whole number for your unit bar, it can go on the top or the bottom. Doesn't really matter where you put it. Would that make sense? Let's go look at the answer sentence. He sold blank cartons of milk altogether. So there's our answer, 189. 189. Does it look like it would make sense if he sold this many on Saturday and this many on Sunday? And we get a bigger number. I think that makes sense because our whole number should be bigger than our two parts. So we can say, yep, check, my answer makes sense. Now, if we had accidentally subtracted, let's see, 124 minus 65. So then our number would be definitely less than 100, right? And maybe if our answer was less than 100, then we would think, wait a second, is that how many cartons of milk he sold altogether? Nope, I think I made a mistake there and I subtracted when I should have added. So again, that would kind of help us to make sure that our answer makes sense, kind of check our thinking. Like if we had our answer was, let's see, 124, let's see, that'd be 30. I'm trying to think of if I can add on 65. I know 65 and 35 gets me up to 100. And then 35 plus 24, let's see, 35 plus 20 is 55. Plus 4 would be 59. Okay, so if I had accidentally subtracted, this would have been my answer, 59. Wait a second. Would that answer make sense? No, and then we can go back and think, oops, that was my mistake. I think I subtracted when I should have added. So this last step is really important. Check to make sure it makes sense. Because if we do this last step and we check, a lot of times we see, oh, wait a second, I think I was supposed to do the opposite. I think I added, but I was supposed to subtract, or oh, wait a second, I think I subtracted, but really I should have added. So make sure you do that last step. Very prudent. All right. Your homework for today, second graders, is page 41. Now you only have one page to do for homework today. So the reason you just have one page is because I really wanted you to try your best and try to do all the steps to solve the word problem. So remember how we were reading the problem in our textbook and we were not underlining the question? Well, now this is your workbook. Now you can. So I want to do one with you. Actually, I want to do this one together, number 3. So it says, Lily has 125 stickers. Her brother has 63 stickers more than she does. How many stickers does her brother have? Okay, so we read the problem. Let's underline the question. Okay, how many stickers does her brother have? Let's write an answer sentence and leave a blank for the answer. Oh, thank you, workbook. Isn't that nice? The workbook gave us our answer sentence. Okay, identify the who and or the what. This is our subject, kind of our subject of the problem. Let's see, Lily has 125 stickers. Her brother has 63 stickers more than she. How many stickers does her brother have? So we're trying to find out about Lily's brother and the stickers. So Lily's brother's stickers. Lily's brother's stickers. Okay, so there's Lily's brother's stickers. Then we have our unit bar. So we can draw our unit bar. Fancy name for a rectangle. You could also do a number bond. I'm going to do both just to kind of show you what that would look like. Okay. Now we're going to go back and reread the problem, adjust and chunk our unit bar, fill in the information, write a question mark for the unknown. So this is the real thinking part that we have to do. Let's see. Lily has 125 stickers. Oh, another thing I like to do when I'm in my workbook, second graders, I circle the numbers. Don't do this in my textbook because I'm not supposed to write in my textbook, but you can do it in our workbook. So Lily has 125 stickers. Her brother has 63 stickers. Ooh, more. Oh, this is a very important word, more than she. So he doesn't have 63 stickers. He has 63 stickers more than Lily. Ooh, they're trying to trick us here. How many stickers does her brother have, right? Because her brother doesn't just have 63, he has 63 more than she does. So here, her brother actually has the same number as Lily plus 63 more. So we are trying to find the whole number because her brother has 63 stickers more than she does. So what that would look like, 125 would be one of our parts, 63 is the other part, and then our question mark is what we're trying to find. How much or how many stickers does her brother have? Because this is how many Lily has. He has 63 more, and then there's our question mark. So if we wanted to do a unit bar, what that would look like is here's our whole number, and you can do a little kind of like a little bracket on the top or the bottom. Doesn't really matter where. I kind of usually do it wherever I have space. So you could do it at the top, write your question mark, or the bottom. And then our two parts are the number of stickies Lily has, plus 63 more. So again, you can go ahead and just draw a line right down the middle, chunk your unit bar, put 125 in one space, 63 in the other, or you can make one part a little bit bigger, which is what I like to do. It kind of helps my brain to see that number is quite a bit bigger than that number. So I like to make one of the chunks bigger. 125 and 63. And if you wanted to label it, you could label it. This is how many like Lily has, and then her brother has 63 more than she does. And so together we're trying to find out our total number, how many stickers her brother has. All right. Then step 5 is work our computation, add or subtract. And we're going to add because we have our two parts. So over here to the side, I'm going to write 125 plus 63, and I'm going to line up the 6 right under the 2 for the tens place, 63. And then if you'd like to, you could draw your lines to separate. You could put a 0 here because there's no hundreds. Kind of just helps us so we don't get mixed up with our place value. And then we always start in the ones place. We always start at the top. 5 plus 3 is 8. 2 tens plus 6 tens is 8 tens. And 100 plus nothing is 100. Then, final step, fill in your answer, check to make sure it makes sense. So we're going to go over here to our question mark 188. I could put that over here too. Would that make sense? Let's see. If Lily had 125 and her brother had 63 more, then her brother had 188 stickers. I think that would make sense because this number is bigger than the 2 parts. And her brother had more than she did. So I'm going to say, yep, my answer makes sense. All right, so second graders, enjoy doing page 41. Try your best to do either a unit bar or a number bond or both. And again, please have this little paper handy so you can think about all the steps. Writing the who or the what, drawing your unit bar, working your computation, filling in your answer, checking to see if it makes sense. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you again soon.